We're back playing more high-stakes poker.
Alright, so I'm going to show a couple more poker hands here.
Back for another run. She replaces Ellie Alesra. Last time she won 40 grand before leaving.
Some high-stakes poker here. We're going to be looking at Phil Helmuth and Daniel Negreanu once again.
Let's do the
And Daniel Negreanu with an ace-10 offsuit doubles it. Makes it 7,000.
Jerry, why you bugging?
So this is kind of an older hand.
Jack, so I just call.
Oh, you see? You see the...
I checked.
I'll bet 10,000. Phil Helmuth calls.
I'll bet 10,000.
Okay, you hear the mistake that Phil made? He said you might have jacks, and that's why Negreanu said you have tens. But Negreanu made a weird bet. He said, like, I bet 10,000 right before the flop, so he kind of bet 10,000 in the dark, and he flopped aces and tens. Phil has an ace with a low kicker, but the mistake that he made was he said something about jacks during the hand that reveals that he's got... See, Daniel's got a pretty good idea where Phil is at.
And I think Daniel has a pretty good feel of where Phil is at in this hand.
Yeah.
Phil has no idea where Daniel's at.
Yeah, Phil doesn't know where Daniel is. Well, Phil guessed that he had jacks. So he's thinking he's got a high pocket pair, but he doesn't think he's got an ace.
Those seats cost $2,000. This one could cost
Those
more.
front row seats cost, how much jacks seat cost?
$2,000.
Each game? How many games?
No, for the season, Sean.
Sean's obviously not a hooper.
See, so Daniel's being quiet, which is the right move. Anybody who has a pocket kings, pocket queens, or jacks would be beaten by an ace, regardless of their kicker.
What Phil's got to decide here is, did Daniel say 10,000 before the flop, flop nothing, bluff on the flop, and now continue to bluff on the turn?
I don't think Phil is thinking that far ahead, Cap. That's pretty complex thinking, right? You just said right there. I don't think Phil's mind is that complex. But
no professional poker player wants to be bluffed on television.
Yeah, this is all showboat stuff right here.
I really believe if this hand were not on television, Phil would throw it away.
All right, Dan, you go.
Yeah, so he's playing for...
Helmuth calls.
He's playing
not
for...
only does he call,
yeah,
but he tells Daniel basically where he's at.
Yeah.
Not only does he call...
Yeah, right there, see?
I think you have queens. I think you have queens.
I think you have queens.
Helmuth calls.
Not only does he call, but he tells Daniel basically where he's at.
Yeah, see?
That he's got a weak ace.
That's what Kaplan is saying.
Rivers a 7 of clubs.
Phil gave away his hand.
Yeah, so Kaplan's not going to say on camera that that was a mistake, but I'm saying that that's a mistake. He just told Daniel that he's got an ace regardless of his kicker because he guessed that his hand was queens. Or if he even guessed that he had kings, it would still mean that he's got an ace regardless of their kicker. So,
Just figuring out what the right amount to bet here is.
yeah, Daniel's going to make a bet here because he knows that he's got a better hand than Phil.
So feels the right amount's $40,000.
It's a good bet.
125 grand.
So
Phil did not want to see that.
Phil has now made 2 mistakes in this hand, and it looks like it's going to cost him.
Bluffing all the way in this hand.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't really look like Daniel's bluffing, but he is kind of giggly. But if Phil had realized that he made the mistakes that he made in this hand, he probably would have not lost that much. But he ends up calling, and he ends up losing $165,700.
And we might have ignition here.
Yeah. See, Phil is going to start tripping out on the fact that he was beat by ace-10 and not think about the hand and realize that he made the mistakes in saying something about the strength of his hand when he was guessing Daniel Negreanu's hand. By making a guess of what your opponent's hand is during a hand will always reveal clues about the strength of your hand. And that's a mistake. You don't want to do that during a hand. Or if you do, just don't say it out loud.
We're at the Golden Nugget playing high stakes poker. I'd say Phil Helmuth took that loss quite well. All the cash game players noticed it too.
Yeah, I guess that was a...
Tournament players,
He took that one well, I
$100
guess.
and come play with us.
Let's see, we don't need to listen to the interviews of Doyle Brunson.
4 spades.
So, let's see. So this is the hand right after that one. Right after the one with Daniel Negreanu and Phil Helmuth. But this one is going to be with Antonio Esfandiari and Phil Helmuth.
5,600 on 10-5 offsuit.
5,600.
Antonio's got plans in this hand. He
Yeah.
feels the timing is right for him to
So Antonio's coming into this hand
maybe get lucky on the flop,
with
but if
intentions
not,
to
try and
steal
take
the
flop
hand by
away.
betting.
He likes that he's in the hand with Jennifer and Phil. Well, he's not in the hand with Jennifer anymore. She threw the 6-4 spades away. But he likes being in the hand with Phil because he knows Phil is steaming right now.
Yeah, Phil's on.
Don't go on tilt, Phil.
Don't go until.
Helmuth calls.
I'm a little tilted already.
I can see that.
Yeah, so Antonio knows what he's doing right here.
You
He's
never know. I might
came,
have the best hand.
he
there.
came in the hand intending on bluffing or stealing the hand by
Flops
betting,
king deuce 8.
and
And nobody's flopped
He
anything
know-
here.
because he knows
Advantage
Phil-
Antonio.
Phil is
Started
steaming.
out trying to steal this spot.
Double check on the count, too.
On this? Are you kidding me?
Now,
Can I play with
And
it?
he's still going to try and steal the spot, in my opinion, but he's acting like he's got a big hand here.
yeah, well,
He's trying to
see,
convince
he's
Phil
gonna
that he's got a big
make a
hand.
mistake though
And he's
by
acting
the end
like
of
he
this
doesn't have a
hand.
big hand.
They say it takes a real man to wear paint.
Now, this mistake isn't as severe
I know.
as calling out your opponent's hand during a hand before the hand is over.
And Antonio bets 10,500.
Okay, see that he just made a bet that connects with his hand just now. He's got 10-5 and he just
I
made
really
a
don't
bet
see any way that Phil can
of
call
10,500.
In my suit, I got
or even make a play at this spot and raise.
So I don't have anything against that.
Still burning from the last
That's
hand
fine
with
if you want to
Daniel.
do something like that
No, they just said, I could.
and it's gonna work. See,
And he throws it away.
Queen 10?
but right there,
10-5.
see, he
And
showed
Antonio
Phil.
shows him the 10-5.
He showed Phil that he had a
Antonio
10-5
does
right
Gene
after
Simmons
he made a
impression. Again, it seems like the whole table's
$10,500
after Phil.
bet,
It's like a kill Phil table.
and that was a
I just saw
mistake.
Uma Thurman in the-
If you want to bluff and make a bet connecting to your hand like that, you don't want to reveal your hand to your opponent after you've done that. That's a mistake. If Phil
background.
would have realized that he had
I knew it.
10-5,
When you open your mouth before the flop, just like Daniel, I knew.
see,
Twice I didn't act though.
he's thinking about what he said
$40,000
before the flop.
John's
Like,
hand is
don't go on
backwards.
tilt, Phil. He was thinking about that line instead of the betting that he just did. If he had looked at the bet of 10,500 and then saw that he showed a 10-5 when he was bluffing right after that, he would have been like, put two to two together in his head and be like, well, he's going to make a weird bet connecting with his hand when he's bluffing. And that was a mistake. You can bluff if you want, or show your bluff, or you can make a bet connecting with your hand like that, but don't do both in the same hand. That is a mistake. That reveals what you've done, your betting style to your opponent when you show your hand and you connect with your hand with your betting like that. So that was a mistake, but Phil didn't catch it though. He was more worried about being accused of going on tilt than paying attention to the betting of the hand at the time.
Daniel calls with ace high and a backdoor flush draw.
So here comes Daniel with ace 10 again after Phil.
He just wants to be in a hand with Phil.
Oh,
Yeah, he just wants to be with Phil because Phil's
Not much, man. Not much.
how much you got there? Not much, man.
Antonio
Not
just took the
much.
pot away from Phil.
Yeah, Antonio just stole some money with his
Daniel
little
looks
weird
like he's gonna try
bluff
and do the same
tactic.
thing.
$8,000 from Daniel.
See, Daniel's a little bit more nervous
Three over
than
calls.
Antonio is.
Phil's got a pair of fours. There's a 5, an 8, and a queen there.
He's thinking. Daniel's worried about something. There's a flush draw there. There's a queen there. I don't think he's worried about a gut shot
And Phil calls.
Phil's not going to be pushed around.
with like ace deuce or something.
Do you see what I see?
And the third heart
9
comes
of hearts
out.
on the river.
So
Now,
both
if
players
Daniel
might be
were
scared of a
going for
flush.
And bluffing on the turn, he's made his flush.
Check.
Okay, so he's scared of
I
a
can't beat
flush.
you, Ace.
Daniel gave up.
Wow, they both check. Phil's going to win the pot with a pair of fours.
All right.
So
Helmuth
Daniel
takes down
thought he had a pair of
35,000.
eights.
Daniel lost heart there. When that 9 of hearts came, Phil would have had to put him on a hand.
See?
Then the heart came, I gave up.
So he said, I thought you had an 8 at best. That's what he didn't put him on a pair of queens. He didn't put him on any pair higher than of 8. So he was right on that. He didn't have a pair higher than 8. He had a pair of 4s. But I don't know if Daniel didn't give up when he saw the heart. If he would have made a third barrel there, he probably would have worked. But
I wish he wouldn't have given up.
but I didn't see any
I don't
mistake.
know,
I didn't see any
but I
mistakes that happened there, other than Negreanu just didn't have heart at the end there. Didn't
called off all that
didn't
money
do that third
with,
barrel. Maybe he felt sorry for Phil. You know, gave him
So
some of
Phil
his money
Helmuth's in a
back.
better mood for the moment.
Yeah, for the moment. And that's high stakes poker for you.